Hey boys, any bites? No fish? Hey, good morning, my dear friends, and welcome to beautiful Surfside, California. We're here between Seal Beach and Huntington Beach, and it's another gloriously beautiful morning. It's so good to be with you all. Of course, we've got news from south of the border. We'll take you to Ensenada, talk about their bluefin tuna fishing down there. We'll also talk about the bite for the San Diego-based boats. Oh, my God. Did those bluefin give everybody a big headache last night? Yellowtail at San Clemente Island. Some great halibut fishing in the Channel Islands, and of course everything in between. You know what time it is. It's time for the morning briefing. Good morning, my friends. Oh, delicious, and I'm going to need it to get through. Man, this cold that I've got just keeps hanging on. It's a pain in the you-know-what, but no big deal. It's just a minor little thing. I'll get over it here in the next month or so, I hope. At least I hope I get over it here in the next few days. All right, my friends, let's get into it. If you don't mind, like, share, subscribe, and don't forget to tick that little bell. All of you are doing that. It means so much to me, and it means so much to Friedman Adventures. Thank you so very much for what you are doing. I want to remind you all to keep Eddie Leland, Captain Eddie Leland, who ran boats here for so many years. I've had so many great times with Eddie and his family. And I want to remind you, he continues his battle with cancer and needs your love, thoughts, and prayers. So send out all that positivity to Eddie this morning. It would deeply be appreciated. All right, my friends, let's jump into it. South of the border, down there in Ensenada, it's still kind of hit and miss, but it's been on lately. Some great fishing for the Pongueros down there in Ensenada. I know some of you have your favorites. I fish with Blackfin. I'll fish with those other guys when I get a chance. One of these times, I know how hard they work. All those guys in Ensenada do a great job. I've heard from many of you who fish with other guys down there that it's been fantastic. And the customer service and the Baja hospitality, all of that south of the border. You know how much I love going to Mexico, fishing in Mexico. Love the Mexican people and their culture. It's really a lot of fun. And there's been some conking going on down there. Blackfin has been catching bluefin tuna, and there is a variety in terms of size, so you need to vary your tackle. You catch some 20-pound bluefin, then you get those 100-plus pound BFTs. Those are really nice, big, beautiful fish. All right, last night the San Diego fleet, get this. This says it all about bluefin tuna. If this doesn't make you want to pull your hair out, if you're an operator, it would drive you absolutely crazy. So the bluefin tuna bite last night for many boats was very, very tough. The Freedom was one of them. They had one bluefin tuna. But get the scenario and think about what you would do. I already know what I would do. Great signal in the daytime in one area, no signal in the daytime in the other area. In this area where they had the great signal, saw a lot of fish, sonar marks, breezers, fish up, jumping around, no night bite. In the area where there was very little, if any, sign of bluefin tuna, good fishing last night on the BFT, and that about says it all on bluefin tuna. Of course, you're going to go to the area where you had the good sign and fish, and for the most part, that was a tough zone last night, but these bluefin are very fickle, and we know that already, so it just differs from day to day and time to time. Hey, a guy by the name of Gary Jubiliado, he was on the Pacific Queen, and his rotation came up on the Kite, and he said, you know, this guy Jason, my buddy, he's with me. I want him to experience what it's like to catch a fish on the Kite, and he did just that. Jason with a beautiful catch, nice fish, and Gary, nice going, man. Nice going, sharing that experience. And I got a feeling Jason is hooked for life. Polaris Supreme 2-day trip, 80 bluefin tuna on their most recent trip. Daniel Perez wanted to get a fish over 100 pounds. He got one that weighed 145 pounds. Gorgeous bluefin tuna for Daniel. And, man, I appreciate you guys out there on the Queen. What a rig. What an operation. Those guys, day in and day out, do a fantastic job. Czech Soon was on the Spirit of Adventure, and he said, the bottom dropped out of the bite as they were leaving. But the captain of the Spirit of Adventure said, you know, we're going to make a 100-mile run and see what we can do. And it paid off big time. Nice, excellent fishing. They left them biting at one point in time, so really some excellent fishing for them. Pacifica just called in a few moments ago on a day-and-a-half trip with limits of bluefin tuna. Now, there's been a lot of misses, as I just described to you, but there's been some great catches in between, and that light switch just seems to go up and down, so you never know what today will bring. I will be watching it very, very closely for you all. In that more not one day, but full day range, in other words, boats leaving in the morning and coming back that very same day, it's been tougher here recently. On board the San Diego, man, they had a lot of action with those big bonita, and those are gorgeous fish. I mean, it's so good to see them back. They're so much fun to catch, and I'm telling you, the way they take care of fish on sport boats like the San Diego now, that's some of the best sashimi you will ever have. And I'm not just saying that. I've had it many, many times. I love it. It is absolutely great. So, again, that bluefin tuna bite's a little bit crazy right now. You do have that wide variety in terms of the size of fish, 20 to 200 plus pound fish. So vary your tackle. You want something with 25 to 30, 40 pound to fly line with in case you come across a kelp patty yellowtail situation. Those yellows are 5 to 10 pounds, some a little bit bigger than that. You want that tackle like that. Then you want something like the 80-pound range to sinker fish with. Throw those smaller, shinier jigs, Daiwa Zacanas, and then, of course, a 2-speed reel. I like at least 100-pound, but 130-pound will do you really, really well. All right, we'll continue to watch that for you very, very closely. Of course, the Freedom took a look at that zone last night and got one bluefin tuna, but that was it. Recently, they had a killer trip with 24 bluefin, and the Apollo with 34 bluefin. Apollo had fish to 230 pounds, but the fish got lockjaw and didn't want to bite. Hopefully, it'll change in that neck of the woods tonight. The Freedom at San Clemente Island, a couple yellowtail and excellent bottom fishing. Lots of reds and rockfish. Man, it was really, really good. And the Freedom is going tonight on another day-and-a-half trip. Don't let the fact that they had one bluefin tuna make you think that's it. It's not. It's just that way right now. You just have to go, jump on the boat, keep your fingers crossed that they're in a biting mood when you roll across them. You're going to have a fun day at San Clemente Island, and then you get the bonus of fishing bluefin at night. I don't know how that can get much better. On the Thunderbird, they're catching yellowtail this morning at San Clemente Island for the boys from Marina del Rey Sport Fishing. Yesterday they had 5 yellows at the island. Sea lions have been an A1 pain in the you-know-what. They've really been a hassle here lately. But once again, every once in a while, they crank out some big scores. Thunderbirds had 50-plus yellows on a couple of occasions at SCI. There's a lot of iron biters. That Tatty 45 is a great lure to throw at them. But there's also been yo-yo ironfish. So that's a smaller, heavier jig that you sink deep and wind on fast. It really does work well. So Clemente, some yellows, every once in a while a big explosion, and also some excellent rock fishing, the opportunity to fish bluefin at night. It's all good, and hopefully it'll come roaring back. Native Sun yesterday at Catalina Island had up there around 12 yellowtail. Nice shot for them. It's been excellent fishing at times at Catalina, then other times it's been very, very slow with all rockfish. And again, we're in this cool water year, so I think that has a lot to do with what's going on. Slow to develop. Once it gets cranked up, it's going to be an incredible summer and fall, and I think winter also, because that El Nino probably will be affecting us at that time. So we'll have abnormally warmer waters this winter and probably continue catching right through the new year. That should really be outstanding stuff. Up there in the Channel Islands, man, the rock fishing's great. The weather's beautiful, and what a day on the CJ as they cranked out 19 halibut yesterday in absolutely beautiful weather. There was a few tube fish caught fishing with the tube lures, but most of it was dropper loop and live squid. And, 90% of the time up there in the Channel Islands, that's the rig you're going to go with, a dropper loop. Gray light limits of white sea bass, not bad at all. Remember, the limit goes to 3 on June 15th, so there's going to be some absolute conking going on up there after June the 15th. Endeavors on some sea bass this morning and halibut. Don't have any numbers for you, but that doesn't surprise me. They're out of Ventura Harbor Sport Fishing. Really some excellent fishing going on. I know Father's Day is Sunday, and you can fish with a 12-year-old for free. 12 and under fish free on the Californian out of Ventura Harbor Sport Fishing. That'd be a great way to spend Father's Day if you ask me. Mirage 7 halibut Coral Sea, 9 lingcod up there out of Santa Barbara. Once again, all those guys have copious amounts of rockfish. I'm just naming the kind of standout score there for you. So it's going to be a very interesting day, and what a night it was last night. That is absolutely nuts. I mean, you get this great sign and no bite, and then you get no sign, and they go wide open. It's just mind-boggling how crazy these bluefin tuna are. Seen a little bit of barracuda, but it has yet to turn on. I get the feeling that that's going to really kick into gear here very soon. We have so much anchovy around. Pat Whitaker's down here on the Manana bait boat said, I haven't seen anchovy this beautiful and so voluminous, copious amounts of anchovies for 20 years. So Pat's been doing this a long time. Take him at his word, and we'll continue to watch and see if we can get a local barracuda bite going at some point in time. Albacore info is very sparse right now, not much that we have heard here recently, but we're continuing to watch that situation for you very, very closely. Also, we're hoping with this cold water and all this anchovy that those albies do show up, and we are still calling for that to happen. Last year at this time, the water warmed to the point where it was an impossibility. This year, it looms well as a real deal. All right, my friends, we'll continue to watch it for you very, very closely. Made it through another report with your help. Like, share, subscribe means so much to us. Remember, during the daytime, we run shorts, little 30-second snippets to keep you in touch with the very, very latest. You'll hear about it. You'll see it. You'll get tackled up. You'll know about it first right here on Friedman Adventures. Have a great day, and I know you're looking forward to Father's Day. I'm looking forward to it also. So have a wonderful time with your family and friends on Father's Day. I know I'm a little premature to say it, but what the heck. And of course, I hope to see you all really, really soon.